Hey, hey,
お願いします。
お願いします。よっす。Technology, technology. All right, and head up and down. Get side to side. Lift the shoulders. So half circles down. Half circles up. Full circles. One direction and the other direction. Shoulders and forward. Shoulders going back. One forward, one back. Change to the side. And raise them up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. And your arms. And going back. Front. Side to side. Waves. Hey. Side to side. Hey. Side. And my arm. And the other side. Hey. Hey. Change. Side. Hey. Both sides. Hey. Back. Side of the legs. Side. Side. Inside. And the back. Front. Again. Back. and the front. Hey, down. Go. Front and back. Open, close. Side to side. Down. 3. Together. Sideways, one direction. And the other direction. And side, one direction. And the other one. One direction. And the other one. Front. Back. Front. Back. Front. Back. Open toes. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Hey. Circles. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pressing on the knee, one side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pressing the leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Change to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Move your leg in circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bench. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. Opening legs and lowering hips. Forward and back. When you do that exercise, an interesting thing. Remember, maybe because you're very low, your toes are opening really sideways. They are pointing really out. When you go forward, try to accommodate your toes going forward. So you use all your toes when the exercise is going down. Careful that you don't stay with your feet really open and you move forward and you kind of have a weak ankle position. So if your toes are really out, fix them a little bit. You try to use all the toes, from the big toe to the little toe, and come back again. And line a little bit, use all your toes, from the big toe to the little toe, and back again. One more time, fix your toes, toe, little toe, big toe, and back again. One direction. Go the other direction. Up. Tie your toes, raising your hips. Lowering your hips. Raising your hips. Lowering. Raising up. Coming up slowly. Vertebra by vertebra. Shoulders back. Head up. And circles. One direction. And the other direction. So opening your legs and side to side. Oh. Feet together. Opening to one side and Cossack. Up and Arabesque. Down. Open. Cossack. Down. Close. Arabesque. 2. 4. Up. 3. Open. Close. 4. Open. Close. 5. Nice. The other side. One. Open. Close. 1. Press. Close. 2. Open. Close. 3. Open. Close. 4. Open. Close. 5. Now, open your legs. Lowering your hips. Sorry, lowering your head. Oh. Bring your legs inside. Hands in. Hands down. Side to side. Oh. 3. Move forward. Back stretch. Forward again. Back stretch. Forward again. Hips up. Hips down. Hips up. Hips down. Hips up. And now peeling each foot on each side, just walking. Like peeling your foot from the ground. So hips down and back stretch. 8. Sitting down. Now put your hands in front. Okay. Put your hands in front and just try to keep your shoulders down, your elbows down, and just try to open up and close. Open up. Focus on the upper part of your body, of your little rotation of your shoulder. Okay, opening up and close all the way to your scapula. 1, close. 2, close. Open up. 3, close. Continue. Open up. Close. Open. Close. 5. Close. 6. Close. Really use your scapula, your upper back muscles. 7. 8. 9. 10. Easy exercise. But if you have a resistance band, that kind of makes it obviously more interesting because you're going against the resistance. The same thing up here. If you have a resistance band, okay, or something, you up your shoulders. Focus on your opening from your shoulder level and open up as much as possible. Down, 1, up again, opening from your shoulders, 2, and back again. Create some tension when opening, using fully your shoulders, shoulder blades. Not your elbows, not your hands, but your shoulders. 3, each, 4, down, each, 5, open, 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 using your shoulders, holding a bit of tension, returning. So 6, open, holding, tension, return. 7, open, return. 8, open, turn. 9, go down, and 10, open, shoulders. So this one is very important. It was very important to go behind let's do 5 more of each, you know. So remember on this one, keep using your upper muscles, your upper back muscles and your shoulders when opening up. And when you do the one overhead, try to send your hands behind your back. So not in front of your back. Here. When this one behind your head, and from there, try to only use the upper muscles to open the space in between. Okay, so first of all, elbows attached to you, down, shoulders down, and opening without detaching the elbows. 1, 2, 3, using your back muscles and shoulders, back, 4, and muscles and shoulders, 5. Good. Another one above your head. So here, raising your hands above, passing behind your head, and from that position, open up. 1, hold, come back, down, up again, 2, hold, back, up again, behind, 3, back, up again, behind, 4, back, one more time, up, back. Good. All right. So now, let's see if we can feel a similar exercise on our back. But this position, just remember, just completely put down, heads down, thumbs up, okay? And then basically you're going to use the same, just going up, okay, and going down. Your head stays on the ground, okay? You're only going to raise your arms. Remember, not raising from the wrist, not raising from the elbow, raising from the shoulder, and ideally focusing on the scapula a little bit more. So, don't raise the hands, don't raise the elbows, raise the shoulders, and ideally focus the scapula. Your head stays on the ground, okay? So, and 1, down, 2, down, 3, down, 4, down, 5, down, 6, down, 7, down, 8, down, 9, down, 10, down, and relax. All right, this time your hands in front. Your hands are going to be front. It's going to be reverse snow angel. So from that position, your backs are going to basically going to go around and try to find, your back, your bum. Okay, and then come back again and then put them in front. Okay, so reverse snow angels. And 1, back, 2, back, 3, back, 4, back, 5, back, 6, back, 7, back, 8, back, 9, back, 10, back. And come up to your knees, get down, back stretch. Oh. Hey. All right, so those are a few exercises for your shoulders, and your upper back and your scapula. Okay. It's really important, especially when we train, because we have some exercises in training, which is going to require pinning down, and coming into shoulder rotation. Even shikonage, which is, requires that shoulder rotation. And some cases, techniques where we hold and the person, remember, any technique that you're holding and that is extending you or hyperextending you because it's guiding you, you take the risk of, if your body doesn't follow, proportional with that technique, obviously, we are here, we pull, and then something we can pull. There is a game that we have been playing recently with the kids, which we call apple picking, and which they do like, which is, the kids go down on the floor, they are in this position, they hold hands, like that, and then they're like in a circle holding hands, and then the instructor comes from behind, grabs their legs, and try to pull them out of the circle. And it's quite a fun game to do, except that even that, for example, is an example, we have to be careful because obviously kids hang, really grab each other to not let go. And depending on the condition of the shoulders of the kids, a sudden jerk or a too strong pull basically is going to be extending that shoulder a little bit too much. So, sometimes if somebody's hanging really hard, it's not about just pulling, it's just about feeling and then having the fun of kind of being pulled by the legs while getting held by the arms. Sometimes they do let go, and that's okay. But sometimes it's not worth it just pulling, because it will be the same thing as us, in any technique where we are holding, and we either don't let go, either our body doesn't follow us properly, or we don't let go at the right time, or if my partner is holding, they jerk the hand too hard, and it's the same thing. So all of those things have potential, pulls and things like that on the shoulder, and we just need to be able to minimize those things. Okay, so let's do a little bit of Ushiro Ukemi, Yoku Ushiro Ukemi, and Senpo Ukemi. Okay, so Ushiro Ukemi, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Up to your knees. So now, once they're on your knees, here's also an interesting opportunity for us to check how is our general, health of our hips and knees and ankles going. Obviously, it's fine to use your hands on the way down, turn around, and then use your hands on the way up as much as to support. Use your hands on the way down, sit, turn around, use your hands on the way up and support. So that's fine. Now the question is, how much can we do that? How much do we need to do that? Or how much can we use, our own body and our own momentum? For example, for me, on this side, on my right side, I'm able to get up without too much trouble doing a pull. But on my left side, I'm not. On my left side, I get stuck here. I get stuck in there. So most of the time, I've been cheating a little bit by compensating using my hand and getting up. Again, hardly anybody notices that, so that's why it's not a problem. But I know that internally, I have an issue with my left hip. I think it's at the level of the hip. The level of the hip is at the upper level, not at the lower level. I know that there is an obstruction on my left hip that is not there on my right hip. If I really pull myself, I can do it, but I can definitely feel an obstruction there that is not present on the other hip. So anyway, so those things are the things that people has to be, aware of in order to work more a little bit on that hip, or provide a little bit more support on that hip, or have some body work going on that hip. Anything that helps you. But first of all, is having awareness. Okay, so let's start with the ukemi, just by using your support. Start supporting with two hands, then progress to support with one hand, and then don't use any support. Remember that when you don't use any support, it's very important to still use the upper body, harmonize in a harmonious way, assisting the movement of the lower body. It is very different if I go down here and I do nothing with my upper body and I get up, versus if I am here, I extend everything and I pull. Right? So those are two different ways of using the upper body. So, okay, so from your knees, let's start with two hands, then we go with one hand, and then if possible, we'll try to go with no hands, only support, and then in the process of that, just analyze how is your lower body structure going. Okay, so Shirokemi, two hands, one, two hands up, two hands down, two hands up, two hands down, two hands up, two hands down, two hands up. Good. So now let's see, we can only use one hand down, one hand up, one hand down, one hand up, one hand down, one hand up, one hand down, one hand. Sorry, I forgot to say, when we say support, we don't mean, unless you're very needing a lot of support. But one of the temptations that we need to avoid when receiving is obviously putting too much weight on a hand, especially in a 90-degree position. So when I say support, I just mean something that helps you to guide the direction, as opposed to something that where you fully put all your weight and then put the rest of your body. Because at the moment in this position, maybe it's not terrible, but that's a really bad habit to do when you develop your ukemi, because usually, obviously, this is not the full weight of your body. It's only half because you're on your knees. When you're in the full weight of your body, it's different. Let alone when a person is adding their energy to the full weight of your body. That's also when, even when it's the full weight of your body, it's never good to just fully put your hand like that. At the moment, as I say, that only happens because we need some support. Okay, but otherwise, please remember, never stop, the receiving action of your body like that, because that's usually how fractures and things like that occur in your hand. Okay, so now let's go without the hands if possible. Okay, up into your knees. Okay, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. All right. So now we're going to do the same thing on Yoko Shirokemi. For example, in Yoko Shirokemi, it's more evident for me the restriction that I have on my left leg, because in Shirokemi, I still can't get up. But in Yoko Shirokemi, for example, on my right side, I go one, two, and up. Not too much trouble. But on the left side, one, two, I'm not going to get up. I'm definitely not going to be able to do it. unless I use my hand a little bit and get up myself. So that restriction, which I should be able to notice from Ushiro Kemi, in Ushiro Kemi, it doesn't fully prevent me from doing something, but in Yoko Ushiro Kemi, it fully prevents me from getting up unless I use my hand. The thing is, because in Yoko Ushiro Kemi, we use our tap tap, it almost is imperceptible because I go 1, 2, use my hand, get up. 1, 2, use my hand, get up. Right? So because I will do that, we don't notice it. But I know, and I should know, okay, that on one side, 1, 2, no hands, no problem. On the other side, 1, 2, no hands, I'm not coming, I'm not coming up. And that is the restriction on that left side. Okay, so let's go down again. Okay, and let's see how it is. Use your hand first, especially to get up, okay, if necessary, and then see if you can remove your hands and see how your body is on each direction. Okay, one direction, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Now let's try to see how we go without using your hand to get up. Just see how it works on each of your sides. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And so on. How do you go? Both sides? Good. So, anyway, so that's a little bit of self-awareness, and again, Ukemi is very important to kind of provide us a basic scanning of how the health of our lower body is. Okay, that's why always remember whenever you finish in your position of your knees at the end of a Ushiro Kemi or a Yoko Ushiro Kemi or a Senpo Kemi, never waste the opportunity of doing a gentle moving forward, to kind of continue working on your ankle mobility, your knee mobility, and your hip mobility. So, always remember you finish the technique, you get up, okay, and then still do one more little extra stretch in there because all of that slowly contributes to the health of our lower body. All right, so during the week we were working, a variety of techniques. We're in December, so I think we don't necessarily have a theme for this month, which can be good and can be dangerous because then that's when everything and anything kind of it's welcome to the training, But heading towards the end of the year, we had very strong themes for the last 3 or 4 months, for the whole year, in actual fact, but especially in Bronze Sensei, we were focusing a lot on that. So this month is a little bit more fluid in that sense. But one thing that we were doing a lot during this week was trying to remind ourselves of the primacy of the lower body over the upper body in terms of generating momentum and generating power. So because of that, we did a few exercises that basically require no upper body movement at all, and then they focus more on the lower body. So we practice Hanmi Handachi, for example. So when my partner was standing up, I'm done. Escapatore Hanmi Handachi. I absorb my partner, and then I move my body going forward. In Sumi or Toshi. So my partner is in Katatedori Yaku Hanmi. So my partner's back is on this side. I'll absorb my partner a little bit, keep my extension in front, and then propel my body forward, okay, into the direction that I want my partner to go. But because I'm sitting and because she's holding here, basically is the motion of my body what produces the opportunity for them to do it. So what's happening is my partner is here, okay, I'm grabbing, my partner absorbs me, and then with my extension, I will kind of be going in that direction for the Ushiro Kotoshi. So it's sitting down, okay, Put hand outside, absorb with your body, move forward, enter with your body again. And back. Absorb with your body, move forward, and enter with your body. Back. Absorb with your body, move, keep it in front, move forward, and back. Absorb, keep it in front, forward, back. Absorb, move on, keep it in front, back. One more, absorb, move on, keep it in front, back. Now, on that exercise, another thing that came up with that exercise is that it's just a reminder that obviously we can position ourselves with in relation to our partner in a variety of configurations. Okay, so there are linear configurations when you are striking in front of your partner. Okay, there are parallel configurations where your body is next to your partner. There are perpendicular configurations. You end up in that position with your partner. And there are angular configurations where you're attacking the center line of your partner. So linear, parallel, perpendicular, angular. So depending on these little configurations, slightly different feelings happen. With relation to the interaction with your partner. Especially when you are in an angular configuration, you can be pointing to the same direction, or your nage can be crossing that direction, right? The more a partner crosses your body, the more difficult the ukemi is, because there is a body now, on the way of your ukemi. So in this exercise, for example, okay, I was absorbing. Now, if I remain parallel, my partner is here and I'm here, and I remain parallel to my partner, then that would be the easier form of ukemi for she or him, because I am not interfering with the line of movement. I'm just parallel to it. So I'm absorbing, going parallel to my partner, coming down, right? Now, if I'm absorbing, and now instead of being parallel, I start to attack his own line, so I become angular. So he or she will feel a bit of discomfort, because I'm a little bit on the way of his or her line of motion. So back here, and I enter, and I constantly move into the line where I know where they are. Like, it's almost like you visualize a line in front of you, and you say, I absorb, and I go parallel to that line. So the line is here, and I am parallel. Or if I absorb, I go, and then I move into the line, then I am on the line. Now, the third one is if you absorb, you enter, and now you cross the line. Now you are crossing that line. So if you visualize a line, you have basically three options in this exercise. You can be parallel to that line, you can meet the line in an angle, or you can cross the line. If you are parallel to the line, that's the easier form of ukemi for your partner, because you are not interfering at all with their line of movement. If you meet the line, that provides some level of challenge to your partner, because now there is something coming into the same space that they are using in order to roll. If you are crossing the line of your partner, then now you present an even greater level of challenge, because now there is a body in between them and the line of motion. Okay, so just imagine that, put a line right in between your legs, absorb with your body, and go parallel to that line, for example. Okay, absorb with your body and go parallel to that line. Absorb with your body, go parallel to the line. Absorb with your body and go parallel to the line. So that's right. That would be the easier form of ukemi if you have an uke to practice with. Now you are going to have your same line in between you. You're going to absorb your body, go out, and meet the line again. Okay, back again, absorb, and meet the line again. Back again, absorb, meeting the line. Back again, absorb, meet the line. So in that case, again, it starts to become difficult for your partner, because you are starting to obstruct their way. But now, in the third one, you're going to absorb, back again, and you're going to fully cross the line. Okay? So now that you fully cross the line, your partner has to go over you a lot, because there is a body now in between you and their line of movement. Okay? Absorb, open, and cross the line. Okay. Absorb, open, cross the line. Absorb, open, crossing the line. Absorb, open, crossing the line. Okay. All right, so we've got a few other things, but anyway, so that was a little bit of some of the practice that we did. Let's finish with Funakogi, please. So standing up. Okay. Left foot in front, hands in front. Hey, Funakogi. Oh. Yeah, ho, 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 yeah, ho. Orutama. Hey, knee hand me on my right foot, hands in front. Hey, Isa, 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 Isa. Hey. Oh. Oh. Hey, finish up this. Hey. Hey.
どうもありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。Thank you.
Thank you.